Hello guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to move a JSON file to a CSV file using Azure Data Factory. For the ones more advanced and that already know how to create a pipeline in Azure Data Factory, you can either skip the 2 or 3 first minutes of the video, or you can just go directly to my second video that I will share here in the description section, and there you can check how I'm handling the nested JSON data with a simple trick. For the purpose of the video, I'm going to show you here how to create a pipeline first, and the 3 things that we need, and same as always when we want to create a pipeline in ADF, is create first a link service, secondly create the datasets, and third create the pipeline. So firstly, let's go to create the link service. Before starting, so you are in situation, the purpose of this is to move a JSON file that it's in the blob, and with Azure Data Factory, move this JSON file into the same blob, but in a CSV format. Having cleared this, let's create our link service. So we need to tell Azure Data Factory that we want a file in our blob. So the Azure subscription, I guess that you have one. I'm still lucky that I have the 12 months for free from Azure. And we tell that this is the storage account that we want and that we will put our file. If we see in our Azure portal, that is how it looks for me. I'm creating, first of all, this is the Azure portal landing page. We need to create a resource group. Later, we need to create the storage account and the data factory. So let's suppose that we are already in our storage account. We create a container that is called JSON to CSV, and this is where I'm putting my file.json, and this is copy paste data that I took from this JSON generator tool. In order to practice, you just click generate. I will share also in the description the comment section, and you can have some JSON data here to play with. So let's create first the link service. We have the first step done. Now we can create the datasets. Let's go to this pencil. We can either create it here, or as our use case, it's a bit simple. Let's create it directly from the pipeline. Let's call it as well JSON to CSV. Let's insert a copy activity data, and let's start building what we said here in this diagram. The source will be a JSON file. Let's create a new dataset here that will reside in a blob storage. So let's click first in our blob storage. We want the JSON file structure, and we can call it file.json underscore JSON, sorry. Here, as we saw in this path, we can click this folder and automatically will read what you have in your blob storage. This is our container, and this is the file that we uploaded. Should be okay. We have the source defined. Now we have to define the scene, the target, the result that we would like to appear once we run the pipeline. So we create a new dataset. The dataset is like the structure. So Azure Blob Storage again, delimited text or CSV. We can call it file._CSV, and we want that the result lands into the same path, but we can modify it later if we open the dataset here, but of course with different name. We want it as file, now yes.csv. And if we come back, In the mapping section, that's the last step we will need. We need to import the schemas. So Azure Data Factory automatically will assign one-to-one the columns in the JSON to the result in our CSV. So in the source, if we click preview data, that's how it looks, our data. ID, index, GUID, that would be the columns that we want in our CSV. And if we go to the mapping section, that's how it looks like. So it seems that Azure Data Factory is mapping it well. So let's debug then this pipeline. It will appear in a moment here, so we will have to refresh it. But I already have it open here in Excel as I will do in order to not lose time. And as we can see, we have ID, index, GUID columns, and this is looking good. Now the only thing left would be to check if the nested JSON data that we have in the source, when we go to the preview data, it's also correctly extracted. I mean this chunk of data here as well as this list of values here. So this is something that I will leave for the second video. Please go to the next one and check if you would like to see how to extract correctly this nested JSON data. That's it. That's all for today. Thank you for watching.